And I have returned. Okay, so this video is sort of a continuation of the competition videos I had done. And it's also just kind of about the competitive nature of CrossFit and functional fitness. What I had been documenting in the last two videos was the wheel wad competitions. Wheel wad is a CrossFit competition, like a division for adaptive athletes. So it is like people with amputations, different physical, like just disabilities that would hinder your ability to compete, you know, on sort of an average regular scale, kind of. So for me, I was in the neurological division. So I didn't even know, honestly, before I had signed up that there was a neurological division. When I started CrossFit a couple years ago, when I was still able-bodied and not disabled, I pretty much instantly started following a lot of disabled people because I did think it was very interesting that, you know, they were also doing this fitness thing that was really hard and a lot of people struggle with, and they were doing it. I have a friend, Steven, who is in this CrossFit group with me called Melanin CrossFitters. It is for, honestly, you know, like black people who do CrossFit. He has like one functioning arm. I don't know the best way to describe his disability because it's just not my thing. So sorry. Hope I don't offend anybody, but either way, you know, he has one functioning arm, and he's an athlete. He competes. He DM'd me one day and, you know, suggested, hey, you know, have you heard of this thing? There's this division you can compete in. I think you'd be really good in it and would be really in your wheelhouse. So that's how I ended up signing up for Wheel Wad. It was 6 workouts, so like six wads, 6 workouts of the day, over the course of 3 weeks. So each week they released 2 workouts. It was also the second competition that I had ever signed up for. The one previous to that was the blackout competition through that Facebook group that I had just talked about, Melanin CrossFitters. I had signed up for that and I did pretty bad. I got in last place and I was actually very proud of myself. I got last place in the division I was in. So I had signed up for the intermediate division. I probably didn't even do my best, but, you know, I competed, I had fun, I got in last place, and it was a good experience. I really enjoyed it. But one thing that happened after it was I got in an argument with someone about my performance. And this video is going to be more about my performance, that argument, and like the weird culture of CrossFit. So like I said, I got in last place, which was fine, and I was totally okay with it because I didn't necessarily think I was going to do well, and then I didn't, but I did the best I could. And so when I got on the internet and made a post and said I did bad in this competition, and that's okay because I thought I was going to do bad, and then the competition organizers reposted it, and then someone was like, so what's the point of doing this if you're going to do bad? Are you going to get better? What's the plan? And I very calmly, well, not even, because I already had an issue with this person, but I tried to explain that, dude, I'm disabled. I don't move well. I move badly. And so I did badly. And I had a good time. And, like, of course I want to get better at CrossFit. But, you know, my goal isn't to be some superior athlete. And he, like, kind of couldn't really get his head around that. Then somehow in, like, that week of between the competitions, because they were, like, back to back, I got in another argument with someone else in the group who was a personal, she said she was a personal trainer and she does CrossFit because she loves competing. And, you know, for her, for the people she trains, because she's a personal trainer, the people she trains, she would never suggest CrossFit to them because it's too hard. And, you know, they have physical limitations of why they can't, you know, do a fucking step up and then do some deadlifts, you know? And we got an argument, and she blocked me before I could point out that I have a disability and I'm, still kind of doing this. I think the point of what I'm trying to say, or where I'm getting at, is that for some reason there's this weird culture in terms of CrossFit and functional fitness where you have to be the best, that you have to like give it your all. If you're going to do CrossFit, then you are an athlete and you're going to compete and you're going to do great and you're going to squat, 2 times your body weight and all this crazy stuff. And I don't think you have to. And what is going on with my camera? All right, there we go. I do not think you have to be a superior athlete for this. And I don't think it was ever necessarily made to be a superior athlete. It's a fucking exercise. That's another thing, is that like we call it our sport. It's our sport. We're CrossFitters. It's our sport. But like in reality, it is literally just a class. It's like a fucking fitness class. It's literally a HIIT class with Olympic weightlifting moves incorporated into it. And it's nothing else than that. Somehow CrossFit has sort of fostered this environment of you have to be the best. And, I've only been doing this for like 2 years, so I don't know a lot of the background. I obviously was in the sport 15 years ago. I do know that CrossFit is always this thing where, they say it's inclusive and anybody can do it and everything's scalable and, you work your best. And somehow these really superior athletes have sort of taken this fucking sport that this old man made up and, have turned it into something that, it's really competitive and you have to be the best at. I'm definitely rambling. I definitely don't have a set idea where this video is going. But there's just some stuff I wanted to say kind of about competing and being good and being bad. After I had competed in the blackout competition, and I had posted about it on Instagram, a couple people who were, like able-bodied, a bunch of people told me, oh wow, I've always been so scared of competing because I didn't think I was good enough, but like, I'm glad you had a fun time. That's so cool. I wish I could do that. And the thing is that I personally don't think you have to be great. I don't think you have to be this superior, amazing athlete. I don't think you have to do amazing. I think for CrossFit, you kind of just have to do your best. And that's all. That's literally all there is just do your best and like enjoy yourself. Somehow all these people kind of don't get that. I started on CrossFit a couple days after my 29th birthday. It was a horrible, terrible, difficult time. I struggled so much with the workouts, with everything about it. But I kept going. I was just going like twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. Like if I went 3 times a week, that was a really good week. Sometime around like year 1, like over like, my 30th birthday, I've been doing CrossFit for like a year. I started going a lot more frequently. So I went from going like 2 to 3 times a week to like 5 times a week. I was going fairly consistently. I'm gonna fucking struggle with that word every time. I was definitely getting better. And it was really good. I was squatting a lot. I was just better at a lot of things. I still wasn't a particularly good CrossFitter, and I've just never gotten there. But I was doing a lot better, and I was feeling a lot healthier. I got these jiggly arms, and these have always been like my worst feature. Like this is the most subconscious thing about me, and they had started to like tighten up a little bit, so that was good. But so, my arms had tightened up. Like my belly was mostly gone away. I think my legs looked really good. I was still a big girl, but I was a lot fitter and I felt really good about myself. And then at like a year and a half in, so it wasn't even 2 years. It was like 1 year, 1.5 years in, almost exactly 1.5 years in, almost exactly 18 months. So, like I said, it started in March. So in September is when my initial MS flare-up happened, and I talked a little bit about that last video. Maybe I'll talk have just like a MS video. I took this really long break, and one thing that I was really worried about after my diagnosis, when I got sick, was will I still be able to CrossFit? And it's funny because a lot of people, when I got sick, they were like, are you gonna do something else? Are you gonna start swimming? Are you gonna like do Zumba? Why don't you just walk on a treadmill or like ride a bike or whatever? And I just like really wanted to CrossFit. And so I'm, back CrossFitting, functional fitness, whatever it's called. I'm back at it, and I'm very consistent. I think my cardio is a lot better because I'm working out more consistently at home, stuff like that. But I'm not as good at it. And what I mean by that is that I have to take more breaks than I did before. I can't push myself as fast. Like, I'm just not working out as fast. And there's certain milestones that I've hit. Like, I previously had never ever done a box jump. I was too scared. We only had wooden boxes at the gym, and I was like, ain't no way I'm fucking breaking my shin because I tried to jump onto this 20-inch box. But, and like now I do box jumps on 16, still not 20, but I could do a 16-inch box jump. Like, it's no big thing. I'm getting good at stuff like that. I bought a little air bike. It's not like a soul bike, it's not an echo bike. It was like a $250 Sunny air resistance bike, and I'm getting better in some of that sense. But also, like I said, in other sense, I just have to take breaks more often. I just can't really push myself that much. I can't lift the weights that I necessarily was used to during Metcons. It's a lot. My arms just don't work as well. Like, literally right now, my arm hurts fairly bad for absolutely no reason other than I have MS. And so, because of that, I don't function as well. I'm just more uncomfortable. It's hard to grip things. My hand feels weird. It's hard to hold on to things. It's just uncomfortable. And so I'm worse at CrossFit now, and it's fine, because why do I have to be a top athlete? Why does anybody have to be a top athlete? There's no reason. If all I'm doing this for, and what I think most people are doing it for, is to be active, to feel strong, to feel accomplished, to learn some skills, to just move better, why do I have to be a peak athlete? Why do I have to try so hard to be amazing? I just don't really think it's necessary. And I think the idea that you have to be great at it hinders people from trying. So I have a friend who once told me that, but she tried to join this gym and they kind of made her do a fitness test, and then they decided she wasn't fit enough. Because of that, she isn't I don't think very interested in trying again. Like with me, like she thinks, one, I think everybody thinks I'm fitter than I am because they're not in the room with me watching me as I collapse on the ground at every single burpee, and also step out into the burpees and do not jump in the burpees. So they just know I do burpees, but they don't know I half-ass them shits. And me half-assing it isn't because I'm lazy, it's just because if I do it for real, I won't be able to do much else. But because I work like that, because I do this, and because she had such a bad experience at the time she tried to sign up, she's really not interested. So she's, a lot of people think you need to be really, really good. And I just think it hurts the sport and the I don't even like calling it really a sport, because I don't think it necessarily has to be a sport. I think it's just a thing that you do. And yes, a lot of it, yeah, you want to get stronger and you want to get faster and you want to get better. But I'm not a superior athlete. I'm never going to be a superior athlete. And I'm also really lazy. And I brought it up last video. I'm also not competitive. So it's hard for me to be yeah, I got to push myself as much as possible, because for what? What do I gain from that, honestly? Bragging rights, fucking whack. There's no reason to be an asshole and brag about stuff. You can be proud. I am proud of all of the accomplishments I've made in CrossFit, but I don't need to brag about it. Unnecessary. Chapstick. There's just this weird idea in CrossFit that you have to be really great, and I think it scares people off, and especially when it comes to competing. I didn't expect to do good. I knew I was going to do bad in the melanin competition, the blackout competition. I knew it was not going to go well. As soon as I started the first workout, I was like, I should have probably just done beginner. And I'm not disappointed that I was last, because one, someone has to be last. Like, that's just how things work. But two, I was just proud of myself for competing, and I think that's kind of all, that's such a big part of doing something. It's like getting out of your comfort zone, doing your best, being proud of yourself. Have you ever seen that meme of, like, you know, them putting a medal on some guy, and he like bites it, and then he like popping champagne, he's like, yeah, and then it like pans out and you see he's like in third place. Like, he's just super excited to have like done it, and like, you know, did his best. It doesn't really matter where he came in, like what place he came in. And that's kind of my idea with CrossFit. There's that. I strongly don't think you have to be the best. I think you just have to be your best. One thing I've always loved about CrossFit, about going to a gym, is that everybody, regardless of your skill or your fitness level, is most likely trying the same, like trying as hard as everybody else. So like, everybody is doing their best. Everybody at the end of class should be exhausted, sweating, laying on the ground. Doesn't matter if you're a 6'2", 10% body fat, super fit guy who can like push press his fucking body weight, like, or if you're just like a fat sloppy bitch like me, like, both of us are passed out on the ground because we both just like tried our hardest. And that's a sense, and so many people buy into that, and so many people at the gyms, both gyms that I've been at, have been like that. They've just been cool people who are so excited, everybody's high-fiving. That's what I think CrossFit is, and I think that's kind of what it's supposed to be. That's my idea on the competitiveness of CrossFit, and you have to be good. I just don't think it has to be really competitive. Obviously, if you like competing, if you're really competitive, you like to win, awesome, do it. And if you're not, I still think that CrossFit itself, you know, this kind of way of working out is great. And also, I think competing is great. I think it's a fun experience. Who cares where you place, honestly? Like, you know if you're going to be great at it or not, so it doesn't even matter. It's just a fun thing to do. I guess I want to follow the video by saying I have decided to not finish the wheel wad competition. There's a couple reasons. I've been working out really, really hard for the last like maybe 4 or 5 months, just like pushing myself, because I was out of the gym for such a long time, and then suddenly I had a bunch of gym equipment, and I can, you know, do whatever I want. And I was also, you know, coming back from a relapse and relearning how to work out and stuff like that. So I've been working out super, super hard for like almost like 6 months. It's been utterly exhausting, and I'm definitely like burnt out a little bit. Currently, I just don't feel well, so I'm burnt out, and my MS is like, it's not like, at this second, it's not like kicking my ass really hard, but it is working my nerves, which is funny because MS is a nerve thing. Get it? So I'm just tired. I'm nearing my next treatment, and while like my old treatment, you know, my old dose of meds is sort of wearing off, you just don't feel well. So I don't feel well. I'm just like really tired all the time. I just have like this thing, brain fog. I just have headaches. It's just like a full body fatigue kind of. Also, like my symptoms are coming back. So like literally right now, just like my arm and my leg just like hurt for no reason. The reason is my brain doesn't work right. My nervous system doesn't work right. So, you know, I'm just tired, and I just really don't want to do it anymore. I just need a break. And you know, I've been working out fairly consistently 4 or 5 times a week, like at least 4 times a week, ideally 5 times a week, you know, doing all these metcons, really pushing myself, trying to do all this stuff. And I just want to like take a break, and I just want to, not like a full break, but like I want to, you know, I've just been working out really hard. I've just been pushing myself, so I want to sort of peel it back a little bit. not so much be trying to do metcons 4 or 5 times a week and then maybe accessory work on top of it. I want to chill out a bit. I want to do less for a little bit, and I just don't want to finish the competition. I'm happy with where I am. I'm happy that, you know, a year after my diagnosis, a year after my whole life changed, because it was a complete life change, you know, and I've done 2 competitions back to back while relearning how to be a CrossFitter, how to be an athlete, while figuring out my limitations, while coming to terms with the fact that I'll never be particularly good at CrossFit. You know, after a long time of just relearning how to do everything, you know, and just kind of embracing my kind of new normal. I've done 2 competitions, and I'm proud of myself for doing them, and I don't feel bad about not finishing. Let's say it was just 2-week competition, I'd be like in the middle of people who RX, like, because that's one thing, I RX all the workouts. I would be like right around in the middle. And I don't know, like, maybe I would do better if my workout conditions were better. You guys saw my last 2 videos. One day it was fucking freezing cold, my nose was running, and it was just like so hard to work out, to set everything up. And then the other time I didn't really have a lot of time to do it, and they were 2 things I hadn't done in a really long time, you know. And despite all of that, I was like dead in the middle, and I felt fantastic about it. So I feel good about that. And I've done all this, and I've done all this, and got like right in the middle, and I feel really great about it. I just don't want to do, I just, like, as soon as I read the workouts, I was like, nah bro, I'm not doing that. It was like those thrusters, and then like something else I didn't want to do, I don't remember what it was, and then bear crawls. Honestly, the main reason I'm not finishing the competition is because I refuse to do a bear crawl. I just, like, fuck bear crawls, man. Crawling around on my hands and knees, I'm a grown-ass person. I'm not doing it. That's kind of it. But also, like, so it's like a combination of, like, I don't want to do this, and another combination of, like, I'm just tired and I want to take a break. And I think that's okay. And I think it's okay. I'm listening to my body. I am not pushing myself. You know, I've definitely come to terms with a lot of things about my MS. I have, over the last year, have understood how it works better, but, like, I am terrified of triggering another flare-up. And literally both of my 2 flare-ups happened directly after the gym, so I just don't want to push it, like, in general. And then right now, where my medicine is wearing off, you know, obviously both of my flare-ups happened when I wasn't on medicine, so like my medicine is wearing off, and I don't feel like, I don't feel super great. So, you know, I think it's better for me to just listen to my body and not push myself, and just take it easy. How hard I've been working out was a personal goal, you know, and I did it, and I got these things, and now I'm just ready to sort of cut it back, focus, you know, listen to my body more, not push myself. I'm not an athlete. I'm not a superior athlete, and there's no reason for me to try, and there's no reason for me to train all that fucking time. No reason for me to work out 5 times a week. There's no reason for me to push myself as hard. There's just not, in my opinion. And I think it's okay. I'm sure for some people they really, really like working out all the time, and they don't like taking rest days, but like, I'm just not, and that's okay. I think the point of this video is that, like, all the things that I just said, I think it's okay. I think you don't have to be superior. I don't think you have to work out 5 times a week. I think any sort of consistency is good. That's kind of it. I think that's it. You know, I wanted to make this video about how you don't have to be amazing. You don't have to be great. It's okay to be bad, because if, you know, in the grand, so everybody, you know, not everybody's great. You just have to be as good as you can be, and as good as you want to be. Anything is better than nothing. I think competing and doing badly is better than not competing. But also, you don't have to compete. You just have to do it. And that's really it. You know, just do your best. That's fine. You don't have to be great. I'm not gonna start doing Zumba because I have MS. Also, Zumba just seems like really complicated. And like you need coordination, and I don't got that, so I'd rather just be a strong bitch instead. Hi, I'm back. I changed in my pajamas, and I thought of something else I wanted to say. Just like anybody could do it. I think it's just like a very good way to get fit, and I wish more people, more of my friends, more of my family did it, because I don't think it's particularly, I mean, it's sort of impressive. You do feel very strong after you've, you know, done a push press that's kind of like anything over like 20 pounds and you like get it over your head. Yeah, I think you do feel really strong. And it is impressive, but I just think it's a great way to get fit. I would love it if more people who I knew and loved and cared about tried this out. And that is one really big reason why I've always posted about me doing this before my MS, when I was just fat. When like that was when that was the only thing against me as an athlete, that I was like fat and unhealthy and like unfit. I was posting because I just thought other fat, unfit people could do it, and they'd feel better, and they'd feel strong, and they'd be healthier. And now that I have MS, I especially think people with MS could probably do this. You know, it all depends on what you can do, and that's the best part about CrossFit, is that everything is scalable. You can figure out something to do. Also, I'm gonna try in future videos to not say CrossFit as much, but like, you know, this sort of functional fitness, this HIIT class with, you know, weights and Olympic weightlifting and stuff. You can figure something out for like every move. Like there's just a way for you to do something else. It's just a good workout. and it will, you know, the workouts are like 20 minutes long, and it comes down to how much you push yourself and what you're trying to do. If you're trying to do it fast, if you're trying to do it heavy, if you're trying to do it good, which you should be doing all of those things. You should be focusing on your form and your speed and your strength, and it's a combination of all these things, you know. But like you get such good workouts like this, and it's so fast and it's easy to do. It's a great workout, you know. It's the best, and I think more people should do it, and I think more people who I know and love should do it, and hopefully maybe you guys watch these videos will get you to give it a try. I'm not saying drink the Kool-Aid and join the cult and be super into it. Oh, I'm in a weird position again. But it is something to do, and it's great, and I think more people should do it. And now I'm gonna go to bed. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning, and there's like no reason for me to be awake right now. I'm like old and decrepit. Bye.